Reflections on my American and Canadian tour, part, I don't know, 7 or something like that. I want to mention a few people who have really helped me on in certain cities. Once I left the wonderful city of Ottawa in Canada, I then went on what was supposed to be an 80-minute, 100-mile train journey from Ottawa to Montreal. However, there was a chemical spill on the line. And yours truly got stuck in a train for 7.5 hours. However, Canadian trains, fantastic. The Canadian transport system's brilliant. I don't know about the buses, but the trains are great. I found myself stuck on a train, but they brought around food. I got 24/7 free internet for the whole journey. I had a really nice comfy chair, and they refunded my money afterwards. So, hey, no problem. And then I hit the wonderful city of Montreal, and a couple of people there who really looked after me, particularly the wonderful Natalie, who not only put me up in Montreal and found out what it was that I liked and what I didn't like, and great, we shared similar tastes, but also not only showed me around Montreal, but she's the person who set up all my travel for me. She's my travel agent. So big thank you to Natalie. You showed me around Montreal. To be honest, the people I met in Montreal were great. I met some fantastic people, and I really enjoyed some of the conversations and the intellect that I met up with there. But the city itself I found to be quite flat. Quite industrial, a bit boring in places. The centre was gorgeous. What I particularly liked about Montreal was the public transport system, particularly the trains and the tube. And it's the only train system I believe it's the only one in the world that runs on rubber tyres. So there is no bumping up and down like on the London or Chicago metro. It's just perfectly smooth. There's tyres on the bottom and there's tyres on the sides to keep everything perfectly smooth. Fantastic. The rest of the world should take a leaf out of Montreal's book. And then from Montreal, I got on a plane and I went to Boston. Now, I could have got a train, but it would have taken 8 hours. As it was, it took about 40 minutes by plane. And I came in over New England, and my goodness, I hit it at just the right time. The colours were amazing. But you know what? I got to Boston, and I went to stay with a good client of mine, a long-term client who's become a friend. I only stayed there one night. And you know, I went around Boston, and as soon as I got there, I thought, it's nice. A bit clean, a bit too sophisticated for someone as rough as me. Very civilized. All the cars stopped for cyclists and pedestrians. Never seen that in America. But as I say, I didn't stop in Boston too long. I got on a train from Boston and I went down to New York. But I got and I took a fair few hours because I did the scenic route down through Connecticut and Stamford and Rhode Island. Yeah, nice journey. Got to Central Station, put my head out into New York and went, wow, I'm out of here, and drove back in the station and got on a train up the Hudson Valley to go and stay with a friend of mine for my master's degree when I did my master's in cultural astronomy and astrology. So I went to see a friend of mine called Wendy who lives up in a wonderful place called Poughkeepsie. And she took me out and showed me New England big time. We went right the way up and down the Hudson, met some beautiful people, some genuine New Englanders who New England. I understand why it's called New England. I also understand the romanticism of why so many people from New England who, when they come to England, are actually quite disappointed. New England is what England could be in the fantasy and in the dream. I love it. It's great. I'd love to live there. Just a little bit too sophisticated for me. And then I left New England and I got on a train and I came down to New York, of which more next time.